Big corporations fail to scale, not because their values are simply aspirational, but because they're not operational. This is so important. I mean, growth pressure is real, and that should never supersede why you started this corporation in the first place. This B corporation is supposed to be purpose driven, but unless you build that purpose into how you operate, into how you not just sell and market, but how you deliver, then you're likely to have more investors and more supporters that are expecting you to hit Series B level revenues versus people that are happy with you being Series A or seed, but on mission. That's our topic today on Blunt on Business. Let's get the intro over and talk about it. I'm Rich Laster with GrowExpand.com. This podcast, Blunt on Business, is all about actually helping people like you be more successful. We're all about driving revenue, but this came up recently in a conversation with my friends Matt and Orshi at Brand 3. Helping people who clearly stand apart from their competition is so much more fun. It's so much more impactful, and it's profitable at the same time. Like, let's not get confused about revenue being the lifeblood of every business. For B corporations, that lifeblood is all about what? How we take those dollars and impact the community. How our very services, our very products impact the community and the world at large. That is important. So your strategy needs to be clear. All right. When anybody builds a business, the key to building an MVP out well, I heard Bruce Marable of Employee Cycle say this once, the key to building a MVP well is to spend as much time as humanly possible pre-launch talking to the people you say you want to help. This ideal client profile you made up during research needs to actually be real. So when the rubber hits the road, when you get to doing business, when you get to selling what you offer, you aren't pushing your way towards opportunity. You're pulling people in to a community that is your business, that is the value that you deliver to the people in the lives that you touch. It's possible to do both. It's obvious that a lot of people are missing that. It's a rough economy. It's been a rough year for a lot of people. I've had a client in the last 18 months go bankrupt. That was like, oh, why? Because it's very hard for the average business to get above the noise in the market. All of the gimmicks, all of the tricks, all of the sleazy tactics, if they don't serve your strategy to drive revenue and have and increase the impact of your business, of your offering on the market, then something's off. And your real client, the person that really is looking for you, cash in hand, ready to buy, they're going to be watching. And if they see you deviate from what you say you're all about, they're going to deviate from being in your sales pipeline. So let's dig in here and talk about what really matters. To get on track and stay on track, I call it the Impact Integrity Flywheel, because integrity for my clients is normal, but my clients make up roughly 7% of the population. They are unicorns. They are impact first driven people who are magical at what they do. They just can't sell it. They're unsuccessful at communicating why it's great, so they often miss the mark when they're trying to close deals or when they're trying to get people in the door or at least at the initial sales call stage. I understand. Let's get back into the business for a second and go through the Impact Integrity Flywheel. 1, purpose encoding. Rich, what's that? Well, I made it up, but it's necessary and you need to live it. I want you to encode why you exist, who you help, the value you deliver, the change you want to see in the world. I want that encoded in every facet of the business. Operations is not excluded. Finance is not excluded. Everybody, if you're going to grow, if you're going to see repeatable success and ever hope of scaling, everyone needs to be singing the same song. Finance might be playing the drums. Operations might be playing the saxophone. I don't care. Your purpose needs to be encoded in everything you do in the business. It needs to be operationalized. Period. It's not complicated, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time there. Number 2, value disciplined revenue design. Value disciplined. So that purpose that we said is encoded in every element of the business, the values are rigid. We will help businesses that save whales, whatever you do. That value, it's rigid. It's the discipline. Everybody stays disciplined. So when we are driving revenue, when we are servicing clients in hopes that they become these wonderful advocates and send us referrals, everything that we do is value centered. Every sales team I've ever led or coached walked away knowing that if you're helping, you're not selling. It makes sales so much easier when you're actually delivering value. Actually delivering value, not slapping a value hat on your head and screaming value at the top of your lungs with a megaphone, but actually delivering value. That value needs to be ingrained in how we market, how we engage with the people that interact with our marketing, how we move them into the sales pipeline, and how we nurture them to become a client. How we service that client to become an advocate, a hero. If you need to understand this process better, please reach out to myself or anyone at brand3.net urgently. Number 3. Oh my God. I'm going to say it. I'm going to piss off some friends. I don't care. Capital and governance needs to be aligned. Okay, so the way you operate a B corporation, unlike any other, is supposed to be, in order to get and keep the certification, you know this, it's supposed to be purpose-driven, purpose-centric, purpose-first. All right? If your investors do not understand that, if they are looking at your revenue model, if they are looking at your pro formas and not understanding that, yes, we were profitable, but 3 children's centers needed $20,000 each because none of them had playgrounds. Whatever it is that you're supposed to be all about has to come first. So I need you helping more people, selling more of your offering, because I need you to be what? Purposeful and profitable. And your investors, if they're more interested in the scaling of ARR than of impact, they may be a bad fit for you. desperate times call for desperate measures, but I'm going to suggest that you pick an investor that is in some way, form, or fashion interested, even if they're not dedicated to. They're interested in the mission and the purpose and the reason why you get out of bed every day, right? The number one reason people invest is because of the founder. Stay on mission, please. It's important. Number 4, culture. So we talked about encoding your purpose into the business, about the values being the discipline that the revenue operation system is designed around. We talked about just now governance and capital, how your investors and your financial backers need to be aligned with your mission. All of that built into your business becomes the operating system. Yes, we need to drive revenue growth. Yes, absolutely. I wouldn't be me if I didn't agree with that statement. Yes, you need to drive revenue growth, but driving revenue growth inauthentically at the expense of why you became a business, why you launched this product, this service, this offering, is just fraudulent. And there's enough fraudulent in the world today. And I want you to be free from being fraudulent, from feeling fraudulent, from sounding and looking fraudulent in this marketplace, because gee whiz, there's just enough of it. If you're doing all of this and you simply need help better marketing your business in such a way that opportunities are born of it, that leads are organically generated from it, please jump in the comments, jump in my DMs, as the kids say. Let's have a conversation. If I can help you, I think you know already that I will. I'm Rich Laster with growexpand.com. This has been a moment dear to my heart because B corporations they're important. If you were able to pass the rigors of certification, then we need you to be successful. And you're not going to be successful as a business if you're not making money. growexpand.com is here to help you. So are our friends at brand3.net. I'm Rich Laster. Here's a word from our sponsor.
Company. We produce strategies and deploy experts to grow your business revenue. The success of our clients is a direct result of the 25+ years of sales and marketing experience of our founder, Rich Laster. We take the guesswork out of increasing your revenue. Our reputation is built on results, not another roll of the dice with your marketing budget. Visit growexpand.com to learn how.